Hello and welcome to RAPTR Adventures episode number 28. In this episode, which is part 2 of our visit to Andros Island in the Bahamas, yours truly, Dave Kline, producer and host for the show, will be taking you offshore about a mile off the northern coast of Andros Island to the barrier reef. And we'll be trolling in the first part of this adventure. Second part of the adventure, we're going out with a Bahamian who's lived on the island his entire life, as has his family. And we're going to use the traditional island technique of handline fishing to see if we can have any luck with species that are on the bottom in the reef area. But more about that later. First of all, now it's time to take you out to the reef. The reef is about 1 mile offshore from the north coast of Nicholstown. That's Andros Island. That's where I started from. And here I'm using probably a 25-year-old hull. It's a hull called a Malibu 2, manufactured by Ocean Kayak. Now, Ocean Kayak is now taken over by Old Town Kayaks. And I happen to have an Old Town Kayak hull called a Salty PDL 120. That's a pedal drive kayak by Old Town. And that hull is modeled after this 25, 30-year-old design, the Ocean Kayak Malibu 2. I'll be telling you more about that as I'm taking you out to the reef a little bit later on. But for now, I just want to say that even though this hull is 25 years old, this hull is extremely stable. I love these hulls. I still have a couple of these in my collection of hulls. Now, this one isn't rigged for fishing, so I just made it rigged for fishing. And I'm basically have the rod that you see there where I'm trolling, stick baits, 8-inch or so stick baits, looking for barracuda mostly. I had that rod jammed down in the scupper hole, and it's being held fast there by my foot. And I'm paddling my way out there. And you can't really tell from the video, but there's some good waves coming up, some good swells and stuff, because the previous 4 days or so were very, very windy. So even though the reef is taking the brunt of the wave action, even after the reef, there's still these 2 and in some cases 3-foot waves. And if you look now very closely out toward the front, off the bow of the kayak, you can see where we're headed for. You can see the waves breaking on this tremendous reef. I think this is like the 3rd longest reef in the world or something like that. And that's where we're headed in hopes that me trolling a stick bait will attract any predators that are hanging around the reef where the smaller fish hang out for protection against wind and waves and so forth. So I'm trolling stick baits in the hopes that a predator that's hanging around the fish that are seeking protection when the inside of the reef will pick up my lure. Fish on here. Oh, fish off. So, we're going to turn around and we're going to head back toward the reef. We had a couple 3-foot waves flow out of the reef here. But these Malibu 2 hulls are very, very stable. Originally manufactured by Ocean Kayak. Now that company, as far as I understand, has been taken over by Old Town. I have, from the older days, 25 years ago, a couple of these Malibu 2 hulls from Ocean Kayak, and while they're not meant specifically for fishing, you can see that all you have to do is, like here, I couldn't bring my kayak with me, so I'm using one from Norm Byers. This is his kayak, Ocean Kayak, and I just put the rod right here in the scupper hole and hold it with my leg, and that's good enough. And let's go out into some of the rougher water that you see ahead with the surf there, and I'll show you how good this hull performs. This hull was now taken over by Old Town, and as far as I know, they incorporated it into their Salty PDL 120. That's the Salty pedal drive. So, instead of using paddle drive, you're using pedal drive. Oh, there was a nice swell. And it's pretty good stuff. So I bought one of the Old Town Salty PDLs because it's this same Malibu 2 hull that I've had out on ocean. So here comes a good one. It's a good one. And, I've had these in bays, lakes, rivers, surf, ocean, and they are so stable. Like right here, because of the reef, I'm in a little bit of a washing machine effect. So I'm getting churned, and the waves are coming from one angle, but there's little sub waves coming from other angles. And I'm paddling against the power of the ocean pushing toward me, but it's really no problem at all. So I like these holes a lot. See if we can get out there to the reef now. There's a couple nice swells. Yeah, there's a 4-footer. Wow. Easy. I know the wind is blowing. It's a lot of noise. It's constant noise. Sorry. But this is the day I have to work with, so I'm working with it. I'm out here trolling about an 8-inch chrome and black stick bait with a little red in the mouth area. Yeah, these are some nice waves here. You see how you just keep this bow pointed right toward those waves, and you know you're not going to have any problems. You can see we're just about now where the reef is causing the ocean to pound up that surf as it breaks over the reef. And it's a lot closer to me right now than it looks on the camera. You can see it's getting a lot more wavy and choppy here. And, you know, no problem with this hole. You can't swamp them because it's a sit-on top, and there's scupper holes here that let the water out as fast as it comes in. So this is like fun sport kayaking, really. The fact that I'm trolling out here fishing is because, you know, I don't know, I have to do more than one thing at once. But look over there, you can see how the water is breaking and it's more shallow. I mean, we're coming right up to it about as close as I want to get because there's some really nice big waves right here. And if you look ahead, I actually see the reef. The only way I could get in trouble here is if I got caught up on the reef. Then that would be a scramble, that's for sure. That would surely be a mess. Because then you have the situation with the keel of the kayak sticking down. Also the reason you don't take them in shallow rivers. With the keel sticking down, which helps, is why this kayak tracks so great. Look at that, you know, really great. Is could get caught on the shallow reef and then you get turned over and then you get all beat up, and reefs are very, very razor sharp, so I don't need any of that commotion today. But I just want to tell you, now we're beyond the breakers now. Like we're actually we're beyond the breakers. Some of these over here, as you can see. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to let this kayak swing itself around and just show you how stable this is. Even right here at this washing machine type area. There you go, you see those breakers. I'm only about 25 yards away from those breakers. And I could have went right out into the ocean there. But I am going to let the kayak hull turn itself around. I'm not even paddling, I'm not doing anything. You see how stable these are. And I would just say that if anybody's looking for a really, really great hull design on a sit on top, it doesn't get much better than this that I'm aware of. Look, I'm taking these big waves on from my port side, so sideways, no big deal. Once you get your balance and you know how to do it. Here's another nice one coming in, breaking. We're just gonna float right over top of it. Look at that, isn't that beautiful? A thing of beauty. And I'm letting the wind and the waves want to turn the hull towards shore. So I'm not doing anything, I'm not paddling, and it's a very smooth ride. So this is the old Malibu 2 hull from Ocean Kayak. This hull is probably 25 years old. And that company's now been taken over by Old Town, as far as I know. And this hull design is still being manufactured under the Ocean Kayak brand, but also it's been incorporated as the hull design because it's so stable with the way it is underneath the hull and the keel into the Salty PDL 120, which I bought one of those. That's a fishing kayak for sure. Salty PDL 120, that means it's a pedal drive. Instead of a paddle drive, this is a paddle drive. Really nice, really nice. Oh my gosh. What a beautiful day out on the water. Holy cow. There, look at that wave. Caught me from behind, and no big deal, guys. Okay. When it comes to fishing, I realized a long time ago that every day is not a catching day. Most of them are fishing days, and believe me, I trolled and fished 4.45 miles before I finally gave up on that. I had 2 hits, but I couldn't keep them on the line. So I jumped on the motor scooter and went out on a skiff with a Bahamian resident that I met the day before. His name is Charlie Bowleg, and you're going to meet him in just a minute. He came up to me while I was fishing off of one of the piers and introduced himself. And I said, hey, man, can you take me out? I'll be happy to use you as a guide if you can provide those services. And he said, of course I can. So ladies and gentlemen, meet Charlie Bowleg.
Okay, so we're here on the outside of Kongsang Channel, in the back of the reef, probably about 35 feet of water. You're going to do some bottom fishing. Some strawberry groupers, grunts, triggerfish, yellowtail snappers, whatever's biting.
Who's ever home.
Who's ever home.
All right, Charlie, that's great. Thanks. What technique will we use?
We'll do some handlining.
Okay, that's a very traditional form of
that's
fishing.
island style, handlining. We don't use much rods and stuff. We do use them, but just not so much as handline. You'll get a better feel for it.
Yeah?
You on one end, fish on the next end. There's no rod in between.
Okay, I'm anxious to try it.
Yeah, you'll enjoy it.
Thank you.
It's really nice.
Thanks. Okay, so now here we go.
Okay, here we go. Got a spool,
Yes?
40-pound test monofilament.
Okay.
Got a lead weight.
Little jig head there and some conch guts, right?
Conch guts.
Okay.
Yeah, they love that. Let's see what's happening. Takes a couple seconds.
You can feel when that hits the bottom, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
It just did.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep. Did you get a take?
Got one now, so there's something on there.
You got a... What? Oh, come on, that didn't take... That didn't take long at all.
As easy as that.
What you got there?
We call that a coonie.
Okay.
Something to the hind family.
Nice.
Yeah, we eat that too.
Heck yeah.
All right, it feels like a triggerfish.
It feels like a triggerfish.
Yeah.
I guess that just comes with experience.
Feels like a triggerfish. Give a head shake. And
Oh, look at that beautiful, what is that, a queen triggerfish right there. Nice. Oh, that's a chunky one. That's going to make a good meal right there.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. Yeah, hold that baby up. Oh, my gosh. That is gorgeous. Good job, Charlie.
Thank you, thank you.
Oh, my gosh. Let's listen to it. It's like grunts. Look how beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow.
You know they got their name?
I know. Why don't you explain why triggerfish is called a triggerfish?
Because of this here.
Yeah.
The dorsal fin.
Yep.
This will not lay down flat unless
Yeah.
you pull the trigger, which is the second one. When
Oh.
you pull that,
That's
right there.
amazing, isn't it? And they use that to run into a reef if they get in trouble, right?
Get in trouble, just stick that one up, and it's stuck, and you can't get them out.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Predators can't get them out.
And you're not going to get it out
Yeah,
either if it
yeah,
goes in
yeah.
there.
But you pull the trigger, it's right down flat.
Oh, yeah. Wow. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Good job. Yeah.
Yeah.
Woohoo! Charlie also told me that when he was a little boy, he and his family would clean these queen triggerfish, or any triggerfish for that matter. They have very, very rough skin, and it's kind of tough to get the knife through till you get the fillet off, but the meat is very good. Anyway, they would save the skin, and they would use it as an abrasion device to clean pots and pans. Now, isn't that amazing?
All right.
So you think this is a strawberry grouper?
Yeah, I think that's a strawberry group
I
with it.
can't get the hang of how fast you have to reel this up to keep slacking. Whoa!
Here it is.
All right.
It looks like a strawberry, right? There's colors on that.
Look at that guy.
It's a baby one, but it's one.
That is just a gorgeous fish. Let's get it on this side. There, look at that.
Just like strawberry. Strawberry grouper.
Wow.
That's
Now,
a baby one.
now this guy is a baby, right? So,
Yeah.
and he's got teeth.
Oh, yeah.
If he was a little bit bigger, I wouldn't have stuck my thumb in there.
Nah, I got a lot of those fine
Yep.
pin-sized teeth. He'll rip your finger to shreds.
Okay, let's get him off the hook. That's just,
Yeah, that's just beautiful.
that's a work of art, isn't it? I mean,
Oh,
come
yeah.
on.
There gotta be a God.
Yeah, for sure. See if I can do this and manage to not fall out of the boat.
Here we go again.
See, for me, it's just very strange feeling the slack. I feel like, oh, I have
you
too much
drop the
slack
slack.
in the line. but there's something on here. There was anyway. Okay.
All right.
Oh, it's a Spanish grunt. Yes.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
That's a good eating fish right there.
Oh yeah, that's a good fry. That's a good fry.
Oh, look at him. Yes.
There you go.
Again, a really gorgeous fish. The best way is to just. What you got? Oh, a parrotfish, right?
We call that a slippery fish.
You call it a slippery fish. Why do you call it a slippery fish?
Super slippery.
Okay, all right. So these fish, I call them a parrotfish. He calls them a slippery fish.
Yeah,
Look how gorgeous they are. And look at the can we see the teeth on that bad boy? Right there? Yeah, do you need it? Yeah.
These fish are slippery, man. See what I mean?
Yeah. Yep. Okay, just. Maybe it's better if you just hang there.
I got hold of it.
Okay, look at the teeth.
Look at the teeth on that.
Yikes! You don't want to shove your finger in that thing's mouth.
Beautiful colors.
So parrotfish. So these fish actually, as far as I know, okay, they actually eat. They go ahead and they eat some of the coral, like right. They grind up the.
Yeah, they eat the algae.
And they poop sand. Right.
Make our beaches.
So a lot of the beaches, people wouldn't believe this. A lot of the sand on the beaches comes from this species of fish right here.
Yes. Yeah.
Eat the algae, eat the coral, poop the sand. Amazing. See, now, honestly, Charlie said, well, that's a good eating fish too. And I'm like, no, really? So how would you eat that fish?
This we'll fillet that.
Fillet it? Okay.
We'll fillet that out.
Oh, man. Grill? On the grill? Some butter?
Pan fried.
Pan fried. Okay.
Fillet that out and
Aye.
wash, sour salt, pepper.
Nice. All right, let's get some more. As the day went on, I found out there aren't too many fish that Charlie won't eat. This is really great.
Okay, here we go again.
There was a fish on here. Whoa.
Hey, those seaman legs.
Better, I don't think it's on there any. Better backwards than forward, though.
Yeah.
Oh, it is on here.
Yeah.
Okay, what do we have here?
That's, we call it porgy.
So that's a porgy.
Yeah.
So that is also a nice little panfish to eat.
That's a panfish, yeah.
Yeah?
Make good bait, too.
Hey, porgy, how you doing? I better keep.
They're good for bait.
They're good for bait.
Yeah.
You can see because of the silver color, right?
Flesh is very firm.
I wanted to say about that parrotfish too. They spin a cocoon and they sleep in it at night inside the reef to keep them away from predators. It's really amazing.
That's how they scent.
They're making our beaches. They're hiding their scent to do more beach making the next day. All right, let's get this guy off the hook. Beautiful colors here. See, his colors are changing. They're darkening up. They went from silver to this sort of brown and white and silver flash. Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks, buddy. We pulled up the jack anchor. We're on our way to the inside of the reef. And part of the logic behind using something like a jack to throw overboard as dead weight is that it doesn't have sharp angles that'll hook you up on the reef and get you stuck.
Stand strong. Stand strong.
There's definitely a fish on here. Whether I go overboard first or bring the fish up, that's another story. We got another Spanish grunt. Hey!
Nice.
There he is.
Look at the color on that one.
Yeah. Gorgeous, right?
Yeah. Slightly different.
Yep. Again, another beautiful fish to eat.
Yeah, nice little fryers.
Fish on. So there for a while we were catching many different species, and then we started catching Spanish grunts like this one. So we were either in a school or there was just a whole heck of a lot of them in this immediate area. Yeah, that is gorgeous. Grunt.
That's where they got the name from.
Yeah. Grunt.
That'll make a nice little fry.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Excellent. Okay, so you got wrapped in the reef, and then either this fish got you back out, or Something got you back
Something
at.
got it back out.
Very nice yellowtail snapper. Yeah.
Caught by the skin of his lip.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Look at that. Yeah, he's not on there by much. Wow. Look at that. Unreal. Beautiful fish. Great eating fish too.
Yeah.
These yellow-tailed snappers and the Spanish grunts that you've seen us catching are highly prized as table fare. Today's fishing produced a lot of catching and a lot of great food for the table. Look like another yellowtail. Oh no, it's a bigger Spanish grunt, huh?
Yeah, it's a bigger one.
Nice, yeah, that's a nice one.
Yeah.
This is the way. Picking at them one at a time.
Oh yeah. Beautiful fish.
They are gorgeous. Really neat. Wow. The blue and yellow coloration there is really good. Yeah. Yep. Nice. Another Spanish grunt. Nice.
Yeah.
It's fried fish.
Fish for dinner.
Fish for dinner. Yeah, he's a beauty.
Tons of them down here.
Nice though. Good.
Yeah, that's a big one.
You know, it's fun when they keep pulling them in like that. You know, they must be schooled down there. Catching that many of one species, there must be a bunch of them down there. Yeah.
So I dived on him before.
Yeah.
Tons of them.
Yeah, he's gorgeous.
Tons of them. I'll just put my head inside too.
Look at that. Wow. And there he's grunting for you.
Red out.
Oh, nature's amazing. And when we felt as though we got enough fish out of one spot, we'd pull up the homemade improvised jack anchor and move on over to another spot. So here we go again, firing up the skiff and moving forward till we find another spot. The thing about these spots is I can't tell one spot in the ocean from another. I mean, there's dark patches and lighter patches. The dark patches are where there's grasses or reefs. But this guy, Charlie Bowleg, he knew these spots. Oh, it's another nice size one, really.
Yeah. Nice
Spanish
size.
grunt. One after the next. Very good. I don't know if this is why they call them squirrel fish, but they kind of like get scared and they run into the reef and they hide and they look at you with their big old eyes. They're a little squirrely. There he is.
Little pink squirrel fish. Look at the eyes. Be careful holding the head and the whole head of it.
Okay.
The head very bony.
Yeah, I see that.
They'll stab you when they kick.
Look at that beautiful fin array at the top there.
Yeah.
Wow.
Different species.
What's that now?
It's some kind of hind family.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, some kind of hind.
Again, it's really, really pretty. Can you get him up horizontally there? There you go. Look at that. It's just the diversity is incredible, right?
It almost look like a mini Goliath grouper.
Yeah, it does.
Instead of fine tail.
Yeah,
On the spots.
yeah,
Big old mouth.
yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah. Amazing. All right. We're back into the multi-species here at this spot.
Yeah.
This guy, whatever it is, keep taking me down to the bottom and then came running at the boat. Oh, and now it's not there. Okay, I'll throw it back in. Something. I just saw a flash of color.
There you go.
There you go. We got another Spanish grunt.
Yeah. They must be breeding.
Yeah. Amazing color of that mouth, though. You know, like.
Oh.
I wonder what purpose that serves. That is really something.
Sometimes they kiss underwater. You ever seen that?
I've seen the kissing gourami fish.
These do the same
Yeah,
thing.
do they really?
Yeah, they put kiss one another in the mouth.
Well, maybe that's why they have the red mouth like that.
But they all got it.
Yeah. Yeah. Let me keep up with you.
Ah!
Oh, you lost it. What was it?
They take a good look. All right, that's a schoolmaster snapper.
This was the first of its kind that we caught on this trip, a schoolmaster snapper. There are a lot of different kinds of snappers, and they're all really good to eat for the most part. And this one's very distinct. You can see the bright yellow fins on top and the vertical stripes along its body. Really, really, really neat fish to catch. It's the only one we caught that day. So I landed the fish, but as you can see, the line's all wrapped around my head, and but that's a Nassau grouper, right?
Yeah, it's an undersized Nassau grouper. The regulation is 3 pounds and bigger.
Yeah,
That's a baby.
yeah,
You gotta let that go.
He's beautiful. Let's
Yeah.
swing him around this way.
Nassau grouper. And right now the season is closed on those anyhow.
Yep.
Closed for 3 months.
Look at these beautiful fins, though. And
Yeah, nice colors.
yep. Okay, we'll let him go. We're gonna show you. Gonna release him. Okay. He opens his mouth. Open your mouth. I don't want to stick my finger in there. There we go. Oh, come on. There we go. Okay. There he goes! And with that, my day with Charlie Bowleg out on the skiff, Conch Sound, Andros Island, Bahamas, was over. I awarded him a Raptor hat and made him an honorary Raptor because look at this guy. He loved fishing as much as I love fishing, only his is a way of life, getting up the spiny lobsters to eat, getting the fish to eat. And his family's surname, Bowleg, is a legacy surname that goes back hundreds of years on the island. Earlier in the week, I was exploring and filming, and some of the interesting sites on the north part of Andros include the cemeteries that have these magnificent views out over the ocean toward the reef. And the way I see it, looking here past some of the Bowleg family names on the tombstones, looking out like that when family members have opportunity to come and visit their loved ones, and seeing that reef off in the distance, it's not the worst place to be buried and to be interred for all time. This was a great trip. I got to catch up with old friends I hadn't seen in 25 or 30 years. In this photo, we see a woman by the name of Burgie. First time I came down to test some ocean kayak hulls down here on the reef, Burgie was the caretaker that took care of things on the land while I took care of things in the water. One day I said to her, Burgie, I'll take you out in the kayak. I'll get us some fresh fish for dinner. Do you want to come along out? She says, oh no, man. Things in the sea, they eat us. I prefer when we eat them. Now here's Burgie's daughter. She was setting up their stand at the Junkanoo, and that was a fun thing that you saw in episode 1. And as always, there are a lot of dogs on North Island of Andros there. A lot of them are stray. Some of them have been picked up and adopted by owners and taken care of. This little guy was picked up by my friends Norm and Karen Byers, whom I was staying with. This little guy, he stole my heart. His name is Midnight. I just absolutely love that dog. It's an uncrowded place, and it's unspoiled because of that. You know, take a look at this. Looking up the beach from Nicholstown area toward Captain Morgan's Bluff in the area you saw where the caves were in the first part of this 2-part episode. And you look out over this water. It is clear. It's beautiful. Move our way past an old dock, which was wrecked, but was a good place to try and start fishing anyway on the first day. And I just think to myself, wow, this is idyllic living. So many different fish, so much wildlife. You could live off the land from the land crabs and the feral hogs that are there on the island and coconuts, and you could grow your own vegetables. North Andros Island, Bahamas. Pretty good place. What a great adventure it was. I hope you enjoyed coming along. That's Raptor episodes 27 and 28. Checking out North Andros Island in the Bahamas. Thanks again to my friends Norm and Karen Byers for letting me stay in their home while I was filming these episodes. And that's a place I want to go back to as soon as possible. I want to hook up again with Charlie Bowleg, go out there and get some spiny lobster and do some more fishing with that boy. That is going to be a great experience, and you better believe I'll share it with you. Hey, if you don't mind, go ahead and subscribe to this Raptor Adventures YouTube channel if you like it. Hit like, offer some comments, and share with some friends. I'm your producer and host, Dave Kline. I'll see you on the next adventure, and again, thanks for being here.